Good morning, students. This is Shweta Jain, your computer teacher, as you know me. Today I bring the third part of our chapter, Computer Fundamental. In the previous two videos, I told you about the functions, components, and what is a computer, all things related to computer only, isn't it? In the second video, I told you about the types of computer. Either it is on the basis of size or either it is on the basis of data. Yes. Now in this video, I bring some interesting fact relating to computer. Have you seen this picture? Today we are going to discuss the history of computer and the generation of computer. That means today we are going to discuss how this smart machine has developed. What are the changes come into this machine from time to time? Isn't it interesting? Okay, without wasting any time, let's start our class with history of computer. So, there is a history of computer. Whenever we are talking about the history, so many facts are there. Either it is related to computer or either it is related to anything else. But I try to show you all the fact in a very short way. So, see, our history starts with the invention of abacus. Do you know what is abacus? I think some of the students must know about it, abacus. See, this is the picture of abacus. In the 3000 BC, the China developed this device, abacus, for the calculating purpose. So this is the first manual device through which we can calculate any number with the help of these small balls, or we can say these beads. Today also in some schools, in some education centers, there is a use, they shows the use of the abacus. Okay, so our invention of computer starts with the invention of abacus. Now just remember one point, that abacus is a manual device. What is the meaning of manual? Manual means that we have to calculate this device with our own hands. It doesn't work with the help of electricity. Okay, so at that time, the calculation does manually. Okay, then the next invention is of Napier bones, that is developed by John Napier. See his name, Napier. So he put the name of the device Napier bones with their name only, because their surname only is Napier. So this is Napier bones. The Napier bones, see this picture? This is the Napier bone. So many calculations are written, so many numbers are written over there. So they improve the version of calculation and they use number system in their Napier bones. Then Blaise Pascal, our third scientist, Blaise Pascal, developed a new machine that is known as Pascaline. That is known as Pascaline. See, he also give the name of this device on the basis of their surname only. His name is Pascal and his device name is Pascaline. Okay, this is a picture of Pascaline. See, this is a picture of Pascaline. Actually, these scientists are always try to improve the calculation at that time. How to improve the calculation, how to speed up the calculation. Okay, because there is no other means to calculate anything. At that time there is no calculator, no computer. Then how the people remember how the people do calculations on numbers. Okay, so these scientists try to develop a new machine from time to time, and it result in a great machine that is known as differential engine, or we can say analytical engine. And who developed this analytical engine? Yes, Charles Babbage. I think you all have heard about it in class 5th only, about the Charles Babbage. Who is Charles Babbage? Charles Babbage is our father of computer. And why there is a name of only Charles Babbage comes highlighted in the history of computer? Only Charles Babbage is not developed this computer. So many scientists has contributed their part. But why Charles Babbage only considered as a father of computer? Because he developed a machine that is automatic machine. That means a machine that is work on the basis of electricity first time. These all machine are work manually. Which machine? Abacus, Napier bone, Pascaline. The all machine are work manually, but Charles Babbage has invented a machine that do all the calculation electronically, and it also store our data. Do you remember what is data? The alphabets, the facts and figure that we entered. So this is the first machine, and it brings a lot of changes in the calculation system. It is speed up the work. Okay, that is why Mr. Charles Babbage is known as father of computer. See, this is the analytical engine or differential engine that Mr. Charles Babbage has developed. See, our computer history, previously our computer starting is look like this only. Such a big machine it is, and it is looking very complicated, isn't it, as comparison to our today's generation computer? Okay, then in 1890, actually Charles Babbage invented the differential engine in 1853 only, but after it again some scientists try to improve this machine. Then another scientist whose name is Hollerith, in 1890 he developed a census tabulator. He developed a census tabulator, and afterwards then IBM's come in the field of computer field, and he developed their first machine, Harvard Mark 1, and so on. There are so many changes come to the history of computer, and today we are able to see the latest smart computer in front of us. So just because of these person participate, contribute their effort in the invention of this machine. So not only Charles Babbage contributed, so many scientists are there who has developed this computer, who has bring so many changes to this machine and develop new concepts to the history of computer. Okay, let's see the more detail of this history by with the help of this diagram. See, our first device is abacus only. Even this abacus is developed in 1100 BC, that is 1100 BC. कितनी पुरानी बात है? Just think about it, is 1100 BC. In some books it is written 3000 BC also. So don't go to the figures, just see what will happen, what was happen in the history. So after abacus, the There is some machines like slide rule, mechanical calculator, automatic loom. These are the name of the different machine that comes in year 1617, 1642 and 1804. Have you seen the difference between the years? See, after 1100, then in 1617, okay, after so long time, the slide rule will develop. See that this is a photo of the slide rule. It's look like a ruler only. Do you have the scale? Do you know now how to use the scale? So this is slide rule is used for the calculation purpose. Okay. Then after it's, see, after slide rule, mechanical calculator comes in existence in 1642. So on afterwards, in 1830 to 1850, Mr. Charles Babbage bring a lot of changes in the history of computer. As I told you earlier, that he developed the first electronic machine which does the calculation automatically. Then after it, new concept are added to the history of computer, like the concept of memory, like the concept of input device, output device, processor. These all concepts are come afterwards. One, so many people contributed so many things, like Mr. Hollerith. I told you earlier also, Mr. Hollerith electronic tabulator. But when it was developed in 1880. Then our first analog computer. I told you na there are three types of computer on the basis of data. So first analog computer comes into existence, that is in 1927. Then in when analog computer comes into existence in 19th century, these all are of 18th century and this comes into the 19th century. Afterwards, analog computer was developed, the new machine EDVAC and ENIAC. EDVAC and ENIAC was developed in 1946 and in 1947. Okay, see what is ENIAC? Electronic, numeric, integrator and calculator. That means electronic, numeric, integrator and calculator. That means a automatic calculator. Okay, see there is a manual calculator. First they developed a manual calculator, then calculator also becomes a electronic in 1947. Afterwards, this is Mr. Hollerith pick. Have you seen? Yes. Now, afterwards, which machine is developed? Which machine was developed? Transistor in 1947 only. Okay. Then after transistor was developed, then there is a huge change in the design of computer. Have you seen? This machine looks like our today's computer only. There is a keyboard, there is a mouse, there is a monitor. Though it is of different type, it's a old version, but it appears like a today's computer. So it is a long journey from 1100 BC to 1950s to 1950 to 1990 and even 2020. See, it's a long journey from 1100 to 2020. Now, here are the interesting facts that we have to know about it. First one is integrated circuit. Integrated circuit. This is the main concept. Integrated circuit that is developed in 1950. Then there is a machine, UNIVAC, Universal Accounting Company. Universal Accounting Company. That means these machine also use in the purpose of business, accounts. Those who are keeping their records in computer, for that purpose also in 1951. That means now the time was come, the people are using computer not only for calculation but also for accounting purpose. Later on, the CPU was developed. I told you in the last video only about the CPU. central processing unit, that is also known as microprocessor. So in 1971, microprocessor was developed, and that speed up the calculation at a very fast speed. And then afterwards in Altair in 1975, Apple computer comes in 1977. Have you heard about the Apple iPhones? The name of the company, Apple. So Apple contributes in 1977. Then afterwards, IBM brings its latest version in 1981. And after 1981, the internet was developed, that is World Wide Web, in 1990s. That means, so it's a long journey of computer, and after 1990s, you know very well how the computer changes their size, their speed, their functions and feature. So this is all about the history of computer. Now today we are going to discuss the generation of computer. Now what is the difference between generation and the history? History means who contributed, how the changes has come year by year. But in generation, there are 5 generation of computer. 5 generation of computer. Actually, the scientist has divided the generation according to their changes. So in first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and the fifth generation. We belongs to fourth generation. We are coming in fourth generation, and our future generation is known as fifth generation. Yes. So based on the characteristic of various computer developed from time to time, they are categorized as generation of computer. Okay. So let's discuss these generation one by one. Okay, let's start with the 5 generation of computer. See the photos. This is the analytical engine Mr. Charles Babbage has developed. When Charles Babbage developed this machine, it's looked like a big machine. Okay, then afterwards, after few years, it developed like this machine. Then afterwards, it's looked like this. Then the laptop comes in existence, and this is the future one. Okay, is looking interesting? Okay, now let's discuss our first generation. I I try to tell you about this generation in a very short way so that you are also able to learn it easily. Okay? Okay. So our first generation time period is 1951 to 1959. Just remember the time period. In 1951 to 1959, 9 years, 9 years, 51 to 59 constitute first generation. At that time, the technology that is used in computer is known as vacuum tube. Is known as vacuum tube. This is a very big tube, and it produces so much heat in the room where computer is there. Okay, so at that time we always required the coolness for our machine, or we required the AC rooms for our machine, so that the machine becomes at the work at the normal temperature. And just because of vacuum tube, the size of the machine also very large. See in this photo, this is the computer. See the size of the computer and the shape of the computer. It is just because of the vacuum tube. Okay, see, this is the internal picture. See, there are 2 pictures of first generation. Now what are the feature of first generation computer? The feature of first generation computer is magnetic drum. What it is? Magnetic drum. Then the magnetic drum. Now what is magnetic drum or what is magnetic tape? I told you in the previous video about the storage devices like CD, DVD, है ना? Why we are using these storage devices? To store some data. So at that time, there is a device called magnetic tape. It is looking like a CD only. Okay? But it is different. Its working is different. But these magnetic tape and magnetic drum is used to store some data. Yes. So these are the storage device at that time in the first generation. But at that time, what it is written? Difficult to program. Difficult to program. At that time, people doesn't know about it. Only scientists know how to work on these computers. So it is very difficult also for him also, and to manage all the programs in the computer, to insert the program or to make the program for the computer. Okay. Previous video I told you about the program also, the step by step instruction given to the computer. So it is very difficult for these machine to give the instruction. And these machine use machine language and assembly language. Machine language, I told you that computer understand only machine language, binary language, that is 0 1 in the previous video. Okay. And assembly language means a language that contains some alphabets also and some numbers also. So this is the programming language with the help of which the scientist makes the softwares. Okay, so many languages are there, but at that time in first generation we are using the assembly language. So I hope you understand all the features of first generation, their time period, their technology. One more thing, its size is very large and their processing is slow. जितना बड़ा कंप्यूटर उतनी उसकी प्रोसेसिंग स्लो थी. ओके, लेट्स डिस्कस द सेकंड जनरेशन. See, this is the second generation computer. Now there is a big change. What a big change. See, there first have a look on their time period. It is from 1959 to 1963. Okay, 1959 to 1963. Only 4 years are there. Yeah, that means in second generation computer, only after 4 years, there is a change. So in this period, the technology becomes transistor. Previous first generation में हमारी technology क्या थी? What is our technology? Vacuum tube. Now the vacuum tube changes into a transistor. See, this is the photo of transistor. These are the transistor that is inbuilt in computer. Or see, the size of these transistors are very small. So the size of the computer is also become smaller. So the size becomes smaller and processing become fast. Processing fast हो गई, size छोटा हो गया. Okay. And what are the internal concept? It uses magnetic cores and magnetic disk. The concept, storage concept are remain same. There is a change in magnetic tape to magnetic disk. Magnetic disk is faster than magnetic tape. Now there is a change in language also. At that time in the first generation we are using machine language, and this time we are using high level language. Do you know what is high level language? Okay, I'll tell you. Actually, students, whenever we have to make some apps or some softwares for the computer, so we have to write that, make that software in particular language only. Okay, so for making that software, there are so many languages, that is C, C++, Java, Python. Might be you heard about the Python or Java or C++. अगर नहीं सुना है तो अब आप ये जान लीजिए कि that for developing the software and the apps we have to use some high level languages. Okay, so with the help of these high level languages, we can develop any app or software. So it is easy to program. Now people knows, scientists knows about the language, in which language they have to make the code. So they are using that language and it is easy for them to program. So this is the second generation computer in which we are using transistor. Okay, now comes to the third generation. Now a third generation. Third generation time period, see 1963 to 1975. 1963 to 1975. One thing or all, I also want to tell you students that this time period is different in different books. So okay, so don't be confused about it, that in some books it is written different, or in some books it is written different, and ma'am told me that 1962 to 3 to 1975 is a third generation. Okay, this is an approximately idea. Oh, okay, we have to just concentrate on the element of third generation, the size, the processing. Okay, now in this third generation, the technology become IC. आपने सुना होगा आईसी के बारे में. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट आईसी? इन टीवी ऑल्सो देयर इज आईसी, इन ऑल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कंपोनेंट देयर इज आईसी. समटाइम आपकी टीवी खराब हो जाती है तो आप अगर मैकेनिक को दिखाते तो वो क्या बोलते हैं, इसकी आईसी फूक गई है. सो एक छोटा सा सर्किट, अ स्मॉल सर्किट, दैट इज known as IC or integrated circuit. See, this is the integrated circuit. This is the IC. It is a very small circuit. Okay, in this photo also it's looking big, but it is not as much as big as it's look like. Okay, so after using IC, the size of the computer becomes small. See, have you seen the photo of second generation computer also, first generation computer also? Now, in the third generation, the size of the computer becomes smaller. Yes, and its processing become faster than second generation. So its processing become faster and its size becomes smaller. And these are first computer which uses ICs and mini computer accessible by multiple user from remote terminal. Students, do you remember about the mini computer? In the last video only we have discussed about the mini computer, a computer that required so many users. Okay, it is working in multiple environment, a big computer having big facilities. So at that time, when the third generation start, the mini computer accessible by multiple user from remote control only. So there is a lot of changes in the generation of computer. So let's now discuss our generation, that is fourth generation. Our generation is of fourth generation. We belongs to fourth generation. So this time period is 1975 to today. 1975 to today. See, their technology also changed. In this technology, actually the time period of this fourth generation, maybe there is a changes in 1975 to today, but there is a so many stages. See, in this time period, first the technology changes from IC to VLSI. What is VLSI? Very large scale integration. In this very large scale integration, the technology become faster. Actually, VLSI is just like a microprocessor. See, there is a difference between IC and VLSI. Now it become a full circuit board. It is a CPU picture. Okay, so the size of the computer again as small as compared to the first generation. See, third generation computer and fourth generation computer, there is not as much as changes, because the time period of the at that time the IC was developed, and is in this fourth generation the CPU was developed, and the full CPU is a flat chip, so the size become smaller than the fourth generation, and it's processing faster than first generation, second generation, and of course third generation also. Okay, so this you all are using these computer in your computer labs, okay, at your homes also. So that there is a lot of changes in fourth generation computer also, isn't it? This is the oldest picture that shows you the fourth generation starting. But in 2020, the pictures become changed, the computer screen become flat, and the speed become fast, and the technology also changes to ULSI. VLSI से ULSI में हम आ गए हैं. ULSI, the full form of ULSI is ultra large scale integration. That means fourth generation, there is a changes in technology in fourth generation from VLSI to ULSI, and that's why it's become faster and faster and faster. So they are very fast computer. They also uses high level language. They are compatible. That means everyone can use it at every platform, and these are very small in size. I hope you all understand about the fourth generation computer. Okay, so this is our generation computer. That's why it is very easy to understand. Just remember the term VLSI, very large scale integration. It is a microprocessor. Okay, now come to our future generation, that is fifth generation computer. So the fifth generation computer, see the time period is not there because it is a future technology. So time period is not given because of future, but the technology name is given. That means the scientists are continuously doing invention in this field, and they try to develop artificial intelligence. In big countries like the America has started to work on this. Have you seen the robot? In some pictures also it is shown na robot. The robot is also work on the artificial intelligence. Okay, and what is artificial intelligence? See in this picture, I told you, I tell you artificial intelligence according to this picture. See, this is a picture of our brain. This is our brain, and this is the picture of the circuit. The circuit that is looking like our brain only, but this is the artificial one, and this is our natural one. God made this, and human being made this part. So a computer that works like our brain only, but it is a circuit only. So that is why it is known as artificial intelligence. Okay, it is man-made artificial intelligence. So in the fifth generation computer, the technology, there is a lot of changes in the technology, so our future generation computer become more smarter than today. Okay, these are the smart computer. They have decision taking capability up to some extent. What is decision taking capability? That means ये कंप्यूटर अपने आप ही डिसीजन बहुत हद तक ले सकते हैं. They have taken decision up to some extent. Today's generation computer are not taking the decision. आपने देखा है क्या कंप्यूटर कोई डिसाइड करता है? कंप्यूटर को जो इंस्ट्रक्शन देते हैं कंप्यूटर बस उसको फॉलो करता है ना. But in fifth generation computer, they start taking the decision to some extent also. So these are the future technology. Future technology. Okay, it's not so far. It's come very soon, this future technology, because the scientists have started working on it, and they computer listen your instruction by voice only, and it's work like your smart, it's work like the smartphones. Touch screens are also start coming in the market. Okay, so step by step the scientists made changes in it, and it comes into the market in front of you only. So you are the person that is able to see the fifth generation. That means You enjoy the fourth generation also, and you enjoy the fifth generation also. Isn't it interesting? Yes. So let's see the this generation of computer and their characteristic with the help of this picture in the last. So these are the first generation computer. This is the second generation. In the first generation, which circuit we are using? Vacuum tubes. In the second generation, the transistor taking place. The size becomes smaller. In the third generation, what we are using? ICs. That is integrated circuit. The size become more smaller. In the fourth generation, we are using VLSI, very large scale integration. The size become more smaller, and it also become more smarter, and its speeds also become very fast. And these are the fifth generation computer. It work on the artificial intelligence, and its speed is more greater than the fourth generation and the previous generation, all the previous generation. Okay, because it is based on the ultra large scale integration. Ultra means that it's based on the ultra, like a ultraviolet rays. It's just that concept only. So I hope you all understand the generation. Now it's time for the assignment. Student, tell me one thing, that you are doing your assignment in the previous video or not. If you are not doing your assignment, then it is very bad. But if you are doing, then it is very good. So just try to take interest in these videos and start doing your assignment. In this assignment, you have to summarize the generation of computer in a table form on the basis of technology, size, and duration. Means you have to make one table. In that table, you have to make 3 columns. In first column, you have to write technology. In second column, you have to write size. And in third, you have to write the duration. That means time period. Okay. So of all the generation, you have to write these 3 headings and make a table and just have a look on that table. Okay. I hope you all are doing the assignment, and it is very helpful for you for the future also, and for the school also, and for your general knowledge also. Okay, student? So thank you for watching this video, watching all the parts, and please like these videos and subscribe your PVP official channel, so that we increase our viewers, we increase the likes. Okay, student? So I hope you enjoy this video very much, and in the next video I am going to give you the notes only and some practical knowledge also relating to some concept. So have a nice day. I think you all are enjoying very much. Thank you.